If you own any of these gadgets, this video is going to sting. Most tech buyers have never once asked what is actually inside the product they just paid for. The tech accessories industry runs on one thing: your complete ignorance of the bill of materials. Every brand on this list is counting on you never doing the math. 10 gadgets ranked from overpriced to criminal. Each one exposed by the gap between what it costs to build and what you hand over at checkout. Starting at number 10 with a cable that turned $2 of copper into a global empire. Number 10, the so-called premium HDMI cable. You know the one, $30 for a 6-foot monster cable because the box says ultra high speed and the logo looks expensive. Here is the truth. Inside that cable is about $1.80 to $2.40 worth of copper, plastic, and connectors. That is not a guess. That is straight from teardown data and iFixit's repair forums. Monster's markup is roughly 30 times the bill of materials. Audioholics ran bandwidth tests on over 50 HDMI cables, including Monster's top seller, and found no performance difference compared to a generic $8 cable. No extra speed, no better picture, just a fancier box and a fatter profit margin. You are not buying technology, you are buying marketing. Next time you see that price tag, do the math. The only thing premium is the margin. Number 9, the infamous branded USB-C and Thunderbolt cable. You walk into an Apple store or browse Belkin's site and see a 1-meter cable going for $35, $40, sometimes even $70. For what exactly? Inside, you're paying for about $3 to $5 worth of copper, plastic, and a tiny e-marker chip that costs less than 30 cents. That's it. The rest is pure markup, 14 to 23 times the cost, depending on the logo stamped on the plug. USB-IF certification? Sure, but third-party cables with the same ID pass the same tests and deliver the same charging speeds. Jared's Tech ran the numbers. No voltage drop, no data bottleneck, no magic. You're not buying a cable, you're buying a permission slip, a license to overpay. The only thing special is the price tag. Number 8, the Razer headset stand. $50 for what exactly? A chunk of aluminum, a rubber base, and a USB-C port. Break it down, and the bill of materials comes out to $3.50. That is a markup of nearly 14 times. Razer's marketing calls it a must-have for your battle station, but independent wobble tests show no real stability edge over a generic $10 stand. Artings even measured identical tip resistance between the Razer and no-name models. You are not buying engineering. You are paying for green lights and a logo. The only thing heavy about this stand is the price tag. Ask yourself, would you pay $50 for a desk ornament if it did not say Razer on the box? Number 7, the laptop cooling pad scam. Here is what you are actually getting for your $30. A cheap brushless fan, a thin sheet of aluminum, a plastic shell, and a USB plug. The whole thing costs about $4 to $7 to build. That is a 6 to 7 times markup, just for the privilege of having your laptop sit on a noisy plastic tray. Notebook Check's thermal tests show a whopping 2 to 4 degrees Celsius cooler, if you are lucky. That is it. No miracle drop, no performance boost. You are not buying cooling. You are buying the illusion that a $30 accessory will save your overheating laptop. The real heat is coming from the profit margin. Number 6, RGB overload. Here's the truth about those glowing mouse pads and LED strips lighting up your desk like a Vegas slot machine. The bill for all that color is 90 cents. That's the full build cost, silicone, LEDs, controller, done. Yet Razer and Corsair slap on a $25 to $40 price tag, raking in markups as high as 40 times the cost. Artings measured the color consistency, finding a delta E difference of 2, which even professional eyes struggle to spot. But the real show is not on your desk. It is on YouTube. Companies pour $50 million a year into influencer sponsorships, selling the fantasy that flashing lights make you a better gamer. You are not buying performance. You are buying spectacle. The only thing RGB upgrades is the manufacturer's profit. Number 5. The Zag glass price trick. Here is the scam. $40 for a piece of 9H tempered glass that costs Zag 85 cents to make. The box screams premium and impact resistant, but TechRadar's 5 joule drop test shows no difference between Zag and a $3 generic. Both shatter at the same force, both scratch at the same level. The only thing stronger is the markup, 47 times the build cost. And that famous Zag warranty? The fine print says you pay shipping both ways, and you get one replacement if you even qualify. You are not buying protection. You are buying a commodity glass dressed up as luxury, with a price tag that insults your intelligence. Number 4. Apple's accessory hustle. $10 for a single microfiber polishing cloth, raw material cost about 10 cents. That is a 100 times markup for a logo and a white box. The MagSafe charger is $3.50 in parts, sold for $40. The magnetic click feels nice, but your phone charges just as fast on a $9 anchor pad. Apple spent $1.8 billion last year selling you on the idea that only their accessories are safe for your iPhone. Here's the trick. You are not buying function, you are buying trust, and Apple cashes in on that trust every quarter. Number 3. Beats headphones. Retail price, $130 and up. Bolt Teardown puts the build cost at $5. Arting's frequency graph shows the Solo 3 sounds almost identical to $100 competitors. No secret sauce, no magic tuning. What you are really buying is the right to wear a lowercase b on your head and broadcast that you paid for the lifestyle. The sound is fine. The price is a joke. That is how brand cachet becomes a license to print money. Number 2. The $200 or more gaming mechanical keyboard. Here is the ugly math. Each mechanical switch costs about 18 to 25 cents. Multiply that by a full board and you're looking at $15 tops for all the switches combined. The rest, a plastic shell, a PCB, some RGB lights, and a logo. The total build cost is $28 to $38. Yet, Razer, Corsair, and SteelSeries want $200 or more out of your wallet. Why? Because their marketing turns commodity parts into a so-called premium experience. Keychron sells an $85 model with the same Gateron switches, the same latency, the same typing feel. You're not buying speed, you're buying hype, software lock-in, and a metal badge. The real actuation force is on your bank account. HP's ink cartridge is a masterclass in engineered dependence. The ink itself costs just 2 to 3 cents per milliliter, and the cartridge's bill of materials rarely tops $3. Yet, on store shelves, that same cartridge sells for $30 to $60, a markup of over 1,500%. In 2024, HP's ink business alone brought in $4 billion. Then came the 2023 firmware update. Printers suddenly rejected any cartridge lacking HP's proprietary RFID chip. Third-party ink became useless overnight, and error messages locked out printing entirely. More than 12,000 complaints hit the FTC, and lawsuits followed. HP claimed it was about print quality. The real motive was clear: keep customers captive and keep the cash flowing. The cartridge is not just a product, it is a toll booth, and HP controls the price of admission. Right now, every dollar you drop on these gadgets is profit for the marketing machine, and pennies for the actual tech. You are not buying quality, you are buying the illusion. Start demanding proof. Comment below.